Okay. Our story continues as a party of adventurers are inside the mansion. Oh, I needed to ask because I lost my notes when I got hacked. Does anyone remember the name of Gaston?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What's the
Oh,
name of
his
Oh yeah.
Gaston?
actual name. Hang on.
Yeah.
Uh,
By the way, you were saying you got hacked?
Yeah, from someone from Bahrain.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I've noticed this weird messages
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you you
I don't
sent me
speak
before.
Spanish, I promise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you don't speak Spanish because the message the
Yeah.
message all is Spanish.
Yeah.
So,
Has anyone
Uh,
got those messages?
Yeah.
no,
who?
but I got
Just me?
invites to
Not everyone.
Discords.
I think that they were invited to Discord servers, and everyone inside my inbox history, everyone I've messaged before, should have
All
received it.
right.
So I'm pretty
All
sure I've
right.
all messaged you personally on Discord to talk about your character, so it all got
Huh.
sent there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Monticello
Monticello
Tesoro.
Tessa. That's right, that's
And the
right.
old lady I was talking to is Doña Dionosha.
Yeah, Doña Janosha. I remember now. All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Our story continues as our band of adventurers have somehow ended in Monticello's mansion. Uh, Originally, a plan of respite was to take place after saving a bunch of aristocrats. However, through happenstance, Ragnarok was able to see creatures appear from nowhere, suddenly surround the house, and break through open windows, or at least sneak through open windows. You were able to dispatch some of them, namely one large creature and maybe five or six smaller creatures, all shooting their black tridents towards you. And whenever you got hit, you felt parts of your equipment and body, and almost like your life force get drained away. A sheer cold death grasped onto you, and it wasn't a pleasant experience, but you were able to defeat them for the most part. A casualty took place upon one of the civilians who tried to help, or possibly was fending for herself, and she passed away fighting some of the creatures. You were able to save one individual as she kept herself locked in, a very short, stubby black woman, as Ragnar and Fyodor pretty much insulted her to stay back inside the door. And
I thought it was me.
oh yeah,
Fringes.
it's Frigis. Why did I say Fyodor?
Yeah.
It's Frigis pretty much who insulted
Ragnar,
her back.
Ragnarok, Frigis, Kyoto.
Pretty much.
I'm messing everyone up.
Go back
Uh,
to your room. Hi.
that's right. She tried to run away, and you heard her quickly run through the staircase and leave you before you could even give her further instruction. You are now inside the mansion on the east wing, on the right side of the building, and you're a little bit familiar with how the structure of this place works. There was a big dining area, a hallway, splits off into two areas for the west and east wing. You can imagine this entire place is pretty much a guest house. You know those vacation houses of really rich people where not a lot of practical equipment is here. Pretty much just people to sleep and stay in as a vacation home. And you were on the eastern wing, and you heard this scream somewhat on the western wing. It was a little bit distorted as you are far away and the walls are pretty thick, but there was definitely a noise coming from the western side of the building. You pretty much rushed down to the second floor where you saw the black lady sort of run ahead of you and sort of disappeared. Now, what do you guys do? The If you can see at the map right now, you remember the map from
What
yeah,
map?
last time?
Oh,
I
there,
lost it already.
yes. Okay.
Last time there was a
Yeah, yeah.
hallway and a stairs leading down. This is where it leads.
Alright, so we've gone down
All
the
right.
stairs.
Hmm.
Uh, I remember that Ragnarok is pretty injured, so I will take the lead.
Yeah, I will be staying 20 feet behind this, but
Hang on, give me a second.
I'll be I'll be taking the lead, and then I will walk to the door, and then I push myself
I will just sorry. As we're
to
going
yeah.
down, I got a greater healing potion out of my backpack, not the one on my belt.
Alright, I remember now. You're dying.
Honestly, and right now, I added it to my belt in case I need to use it. I have my hand on it, the other one with the sword, like using it as a torch, basically.
All right.
Behind.
Push myself against the wall and then I open the door very quickly and then draws
then-
back my hand.
So you open the door and you close it, or
Now I open the door and then I draw my hand back.
okay, but you leave the door open.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much like open and then pull it back.
Yeah.
All right. Then as you push the door open, you could see a little bit more into the area. And with that, roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh no, we're very far
Oh
from you.
Oh no.
That's a good thing for me.
No. Let me zoom in.
Nice.
Initiative.
There we go.
I just remember one thing that they basically countered my character.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I paid 5
Cold
HP
damage.
for my
Yeah.
right. They
Mhm.
used for the first two. I think Ben forgot, or they were different. And,
What do you mean?
Uh,
Oh yeah, I actually forgot.
yeah, but the
It-
ice damage.
yeah. No, you asked me if it was a fine for ice damage,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, it's absolutely fine. But then I opened the character sheet after that, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, it's there.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure you did no difference considering the radiant is like 30 or something.
Yeah. All right. With that, Bridges opens the doorway. The door creaks slightly. It's almost like a saloon style door. And you can see one of the creatures sort of hunched down backwards. And from here, it's a little bit hard to tell, but roll a perception check real quick.
Sorry, I missed mine.
Okay. With a roll of 16, you're able to see it was feeding on the black woman
Oh
who ran
no.
ahead of you. She is now dinner. All right. With that, what do you do?
Why you? I attacked twice.
All right.
10. That's not enough. 19.
With a 19, that hits.
That's a 7.
All right.
Okay.
7, that is only a 3.
Yeah. And
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I will live. I will live for a long life so that I remember you and roast you for eternity. Failure. And then I boots back and done.
All right. With
Are,
that,
are
Ragnarok's turn. What do you?
you are you marking the thing or the dead lady?
The dead lady, that's for sure.
First, bonus action from the leather belt, the potion I still had my hand on. Pop it and drink it. But heal shit for
9.
heal
Or
11.
is it 11? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a +4 for a potion, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
1,
that's
5,
that's not
6, I have 35, so I'm gonna go behind uh, on the side of Frigus, so I can hold the line. And for now, I will, since I still was in my backpack, remembered I had the.
You remember what?
No, the lightning powder. So I'm gonna take the pouch from the backpack and with one hand let it flow onto Frigus's blade, and with the sword holding with the hand holding the sword, then I use the forearm to like rub it onto it so it activates.
Oh, okay. That's sweet. I don't think Frigus knows this yet. So Frigus, you can see Ragnarok sort of rush towards you, and he pulls out the small satchel and he sort of sprays it onto the blade and quickly frictions it like a matchstick. And you feel the static electricity go. It's just growing on top of your blade, and there's this slight tingling sensation on the hilt as a bit of the electricity conducts backwards, but not enough to really hurt you. And you can hear this crackling sound on the
Unlimited
blade.
power.
All right. Do you do anything else?
No, that's my bonus action to drink, action for that, and my full movement.
All right. In which case, Lisbeth, what do you do?
I can't remember if I've taken out my thingy. Wait. Alright. I'm going to dash towards them, and at the same
Mhm.
time I still have an item interaction to take out my Warhammer, right?
Yes.
But I won't be attacking because I'll be still far away.
Yep.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh no. I've disappeared.
I can put you down.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I have my Warhammer out.
All right. But you don't attack.
Yep.
All right. So you end your turn.
Hmm.
Okay. With that, it is the creature's turn. And for his turn, he moves back a little bit, and he sort of flings his fight like weapon onto your neck, using it almost like a glaive to cut your neck with. And he surprisingly hits against all odds for a whopping 15 points of damage.
Damn it. Alright, taken.
As his face is in front of you, you can see that sort of almost like the whole face is vibrating as there's multiple layers of the shell-like structure onto his face. And as it vibrates, you could see its mouth open up a little bit. And as it opens, you don't see a tongue or teeth or fangs. You see nothing but like a a bright burning and churning flame from the mouth. Just going. You see, it's like looking into the very core of a candle, which is the interior of his mouth. And that ends his turn.
That's okay. The important thing is not desecrating the lady anymore.
No, it just swung at you for 30. What did I say? Uh, what is this? It's not loading for me. 14? I think it was 14.
No, 15.
And 15, right.
Yeah.
For some reason, my game chat history is not loading as much as it should. Frigis, your turn. What do you do?
Seeing Lisbeth running ahead, I will scoot 10, 15, and then let's do this so that I don't accidentally step Lisbeth in the back and
Mhm.
lunge
Okay.
for the creature.
All right.
14 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Does the lightning do anything?
It's a plus. What did I say before?
I don't know. I didn't test it, so I don't have the volume.
Okay, let me check my notes real quick.
a D4, a D6, a
It's a D8.
D12,
It's a D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Wow, D8 bonus. That's huge.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Okay,
it, but just
two
that when he got it, you still have the remaining roll, so it was useless.
lightning. Is it lightning?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not resistant to lightning.
Yeah, it's like having rambling rolls all over again. And I still miss that sword.
Hits.
Okay. 10
Alright.
plus.
So 5.
Yeah, 7 lightning.
17.
Nice.
Alright, works.
Nice. And then. Whoop. End my turn. Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, 1 second. So that's 5, 5, so it's minus 12. Okay. And with that, it is Ragnarok's turn.
I will go in with the light. 1, 2, 3. Now that I get here, I'm gonna go back with both ends on the sword and swing once. That's what happens. 27 to hit.
Wow.
11 radiant damage.
Yeah.
So 22.
Yep.
Still alive.
Still alive.
Do it again. 28
Don't they
to hit.
have vulnerability? Yeah.
So 22 and 30 for a total of 50. How do you
52,
do
yeah.
it?
Just a downward swing. And then
Alright.
upward. So
Okay.
no traces left.
Okay.
See, 1, 3. I still have 22 movement. I'm gonna. I see a door nearby, so 20, 25,
Ac-
30.
Actually, sorry, that's not a door.
Oh,
That's a part of the map. There is, as you move closer there, you see a little bit more of the structure here. 1 second. There's a staircase leading down.
I have 35 feet, so I have one more just to move downwards. The sword in front of me, so I have a big light too.
Okay. You can see up to here. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So far, nothing else. It's
Nothing
my turn.
else. All right. And with that, it is Elizabeth's turn.
Well, I'm gonna swing at it. Fortunately,
Well, that guy's dead.
Oh wait. Oh damn it. Let me close
Being
my
the lady,
character
do
sheet.
it.
No! I will.
Do it.
Yeah. Uh,
Let anger flow through you.
I asked like Bragma. He didn't see. You didn't see anything else, do you?
Not so far.
Okay. Oh yeah. I just do a quick 6 seconds prayer to this lady as an
Alright.
action.
Okay. And then it's Frigis. What do you do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's not it. 25. And I can I move through the black lady's corpse?
Difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Step on her and then I'm moving.
Elizabeth is like
Alright.
praying for her, and then
Uh.
you like step like over the body.
Alright. As you do that, you hear flapping of wings from underneath. You end your turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do that, you hear flapping of wings from underneath. And Ragnarok, you can barely see this from the elevation. So you can sort of see its horn, or at least its exterior on its skull, just by peering down. It flies up 10 feet, takes a shot at you, and then disappears back into the darkness.
Oh,
Let's
that's
see
sneaky.
if it
What tactical little bastards.
Oh, that's sneaky bitch.
What's your AC?
16.
It hits.
Wow.
But
Oh, wow.
very low dice roll for
Ooh,
only 11 points of damage.
not even dead. That's what I healed myself for.
Now it's your turn. What do you do?
Bonus action, take the second great potion of healing on my belt and use it. So better. Okay, 12. That's my. I will first move. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Mhm.
all the way down. What do I see?
Hold on. Let me reveal it for you. As you go there, this is what is revealed to you. The creature hiding in the darkness, sort of peering downwards. You can see there's still a slope onto his right that leads down, leads lower down the staircase, but you can't see more of that.
As I got here, we don't have seen him already.
You would have, yes.
So I still have 5 left with the horizontally instead.
Mhm.
So could I attack him?
Yeah.
It's going to dodge, but if he's in range, I will attack instead. Best defense is offense. My AC. 33 to hit.
Hits, of course. If it
Uh,
doesn't, I'm cheating.
Yeah, I'm rerolling because I got bad roll, slightly better. 10 to 20 damage.
Okay.
And
That is
attack again, 23 to hit. For bad damage again, 12 to 24.
minus 44.
Yep.
Still stands.
Yep, bad rolls. Shit. The side sweat drop like, oh no.
Oh no.
That's my turn.
All right. As you do this, it is now Elizabeth's turn. What do
Alright.
you do?
I'ma run down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I get to hit it, right?
Yes, you do.
Select. So I'm gonna whack it again with my warhammer. Ooh, nice.
Hits.
Nice. 8.
All right. As you use your warhammer, you hear this crunchy sound, almost like stepping on a cockroach. You hear the and then you could see the creature almost like wince in pain. Its eyes begin to widen up. You could see even a bit more of that orange eyelid sort of flare out, and its mouth opens, and a bit of the flame comes out of its mouth.
Yeah.
You deal vulnerable damage to it,
Yeah,
and it takes 16 instead.
And she says,
Ooh.
I knew that, do you in? Disgusting bugs.
Down on its legs, very weak looking. What do you do?
Well, I can't free action and kick stomp it, but yeah, that's all.
All right.
Don't
Have you
want.
used your bow?
Yeah, I don't want to waste my spells. I
No,
don't
it's
have
okay.
anything else.
Aren't you a warrior cleric?
Yeah, I guess.
We're
No, I'm
still,
asking you what to do. I'm
we're
Alright,
asking
still
you what to
awake
do.
wait,
from
wait. Let me
yesterday,
say.
both of us.
Mm.
So she
I,
might not have any
no, no.
charges left.
Yeah,
He's right. I did not use. I don't think you used
Oh.
Oh, that was a different day. All right, I'll use it then.
Okay.
All right, and I
Yeah.
will whack it again.
Bonus action attack.
I'm literally doing the Zac Efron meme where he's like doing the hand like there.
Yeah.
There.
However, with a 9, it does not.
Oh well, it was worth a try. All right.
All right. You end your turn?
Yes, I do.
Okay, as you do, it uses disengage action,
Wait,
swings down.
what about my turn?
Oh, actually, you're right. Why did I skip that? Go ahead, your turn first.
Yeah, can I okay, first I'll move 5 and then can I slide down the stair rail?
Sure, yeah.
What is this called? Yeah.
There's a rail,
I'll
yeah.
I'll slide down the rail and then I will can I perform a backflip
Of course.
midway and then perform a backflip midway and then ended up behind him and whack it.
Hey, let's see how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 630. So you would have to have a total of 50 feet of movement to do what you want to do.
50.
Yeah.
I only have 40 and I don't want
With
to
an
waste
acrobatics
baseball.
check to jump behind him. If you want to avoid the acrobatics check, you need a total of actually no, sorry, 40 without an acrobatics check, or 50 with.
Yeah, I'll 40 with
Mm-hmm.
acrobatics check. Yeah, I'll
Mm-hmm.
do that. I'll do
All
that.
right. All
I'll do
right.
that.
It looks like this one's a 14 or higher.
Yeah, 17.
All
Let's
right.
go.
You can see Frigis sort of slide down the rail, does a backflip, and lands behind the creature. You get advantage on your attack,
Oh,
but your rapier is long.
yeah, it is. So it's normal instead.
Yeah.
I miss ramping rolls. Okay, yeah, 21.
Still hits.
Okay, 8 and then 3 lightning and 8 piercing, so it's half.
Yep.
Yeah, second one is normal, right? But because my rapier is lost, so it's disadvantage.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. No, wait, it was wrong
Would you have
button.
still advantage from flanking? That's a straightforward.
Okay, 10.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't hit on the 10. Actually,
It's
for the
alright.
4, 8. Did you add your light? Oh, it's a 3. It's for a total of 8 points of damage. 7 points of damage.
7.
How do you do
Is
it?
it enough? Yeah. Uh, question is the rapier a slingy rapier like Princess Bride kind of deal?
Pretty
Is
much.
it? Yeah. So, I use it almost like a whip with air as I perform a backflip. I my I move my sword forward and then it entangles with its neck and make a carve around its neck. And when I land, will I will successfully decapitate it with style.
All right, yeah. As you actually decapitate it, you could see its head get launched off from its body. There's this huge flame that sort of gushes through, and its body shrinks instantly. And there's only like these black shell-like carapaces on the floor. Not much of his body's left. His trident is on the floor though.
Ooh. Ragnarok is you were saying there's 5? There are 5 of these?
Oh, nice. I thought we were already done with the ones we defeated earlier. Those were not. The new ones we're facing now, I didn't see. So I have no idea.
Alright.
Be
Alright.
careful.
Right. Same goes to you. And I end my turn because
Right.
that's pretty much my turn.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, what does Ragnarok do?
Just stepping 5 feet like this between the wall and the corpse. What do I sit down?
As you see down, it leads into a staircase further still, and there's a doorway. And you remember this leads to the room that separates the two people from going left and right.
Enough movement to go just in front of it. So
Oh.
just without stopping, do I hear any noises past it?
Make a perception check.
Okay. I'm so good at those. 7. It's fine. I don't need to ring a potion. I will just dash.
All right.
And so 5 feet to go. The last 5 feet to the door. Free action to open it, and 30 feet after that.
Okay. I will reveal the area for you.
They have 8 held actions.
You pretty much see into the. Oh, whoops! I clicked draw instead of reveal. You pretty much see into majority of this room, and as you're looking, this is what you see.
That's huge.
What's in the middle? Is it like a table or is it a small garden?
That's it's not a table. It's you remember as you came in here, there were two separate paths that you would have had to take from the
Mhm.
dining room, and these two are interconnected, but it's covered by this almost like thick uh
Plants?
it's plants.
It's like wall
It's like
hedge.
a
It's like a hedge?
yes, yes. It's like a hedge, very elaborate. So the explanation that Monticello explained was like when you meet and sort of separate off into every other wing, you say goodbye to your friends before going up. So it's almost like a you can't pass through it. It's too small. You can. It doesn't look very solid. The bottom base is made out of stone. The top part is made out of like a wooden structure.
Mm.
And there's vines growing up and down with multiple different flowers and plants.
There's a budge in front of us.
You do find that there is a person bleeding on the floor.
Yeah, 5, 10 more. Just, can I use half my movement to get prone so I can put my hand on his neck to see if he's alive?
Yes, that's
So
right.
like crouch down basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Make a medicine check.
I'm less bad at those. 15.
Okay. He's not dead. He is critical state though.
Yeah. Said, someone please heal this man, and use the rest of my movement just to get in front of the door in case something comes out.
All right.
Because I can't hear him right now. And
Ah.
that's my turn.
Okay. With that, Lisbeth, you saw Ragnarok sort of dash down. You heard a door open up, and you hear him shouting down from underneath the stairs. What do you do?
Yeah. It's a bonus action, so I guess I can do it. So I'm gonna like rush down. Did someone say heal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I was like, holy mother of warriors. And I gonna heal him with like my bonus action level 2 healing word.
Okay.
Where is this? Is this level 2? Yep. Bum. 7.
All right.
That's
With a 7, you could see that he's lying down. He has like a white inside of his sideburns, but he's got the top part of his head on a warrior's wolf tail, a black beard that is well kempt. His skin is relatively smooth, or at least possibly even the smoothest skin you've seen on a male. and he's down onto the ground. His clothes are bloodied, and as you cast healing word upon him, you hear him go, and his eyes set upon you, and he says,
Be calm,
"Señorita, what
son.
happened?"
Be calm. You're alright. Just stay here. Alright, just stay still.
I,
They're
I thought I was
monsters.
dead.
Yes. Now just rest first. Uh, I look around and there is no obvious creatures, right? Those bug thingies.
None. And of
Yeah.
course, as you enter here, you can see a bit more of the area.
Yeah. Don't think I have too much more time to talk to him in a turn.
Mm. All right. Bridges, what do you do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then I'm gonna dash to Ragnarok. Yeah, dash to Ragnarok. And my blade at the ready, prepare for anything. I end my turn.
All right. Okay. What do you do, Ragnar?
I'll just look sideways at Friggis, like be ready. Take the dodge action and open the door with my shoulder. Ready to dodge. And get in the hallway, I guess. You
Sorry, hold on. I lost the VTT. 1 second. Sorry, what was that? Can you repeat your turn, please?
I look at Friggis, each other giving her a nod to like be ready. Take the dodge action and as I go through the door.
Okay. Then, as you open the doorway, it is enough to reveal a long hallway that leads to another door. From your memory, you remember that this will lead into the main dining room where everyone was having dinner, and you could see
Oh.
Monticello sort of making his advances on on fridges, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just in front of us, there's nothing on the side.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
So 30 left. 1, 2, 5, 6. I'm seeing with my passive perception of 10, I don't hear any noises.
Perception of 10. You hear the sound of wood creaking. Uh, it's like the sound of a wooden floorboard when too much weight is put onto it. It's like I can't do it because my noise is canceling, but it's like a table that has too
Yeah,
much
I
weight
see.
and it's practically breaking. Yes.
On the way here, we already saw 2 guests having been mauled, so that's what I get for being a greedy fuck. And bonus action, I'm take a normal potion of healing out of my nether belt. It hurts. That's my turn.
All right. All right. And with that, Lisbeth, what do you do?
Well, seeing that nothing is happening so far, I try asking the man, like, who is he? And, like, just to make sure, wait, do I know if this guy was with us coming along or was he from the mansion?
This guy does not look like an aristocrat compared based on his clothing.
So he was probably
Uh,
with us.
what do you mean?
Like came together with us in the group that we saved?
Uh, if you want, you can make a history check.
All right. And I, at the same time, I tried to ask him, like, do you know where the house owner is, Sir Monticello? History, right?
Mm, yes, that is correct.
Don't remember. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, pretty much hard to tell. It oftentimes like you didn't pay much attention to his face because of how busy you were.
With Monticello.
As you say, where is Monticello? He sort of says, Senor Monticello, I assume he would be in his room on the third floor, western wing.
Did we come from the third floor western wing?
You came from the eastern wing. You'd have to
Ah,
go to the west.
alright. So basically across from here. And it doesn't look like I can climb over or through that thing, right?
Not without the space itself, no. So without breaking it or attempting to break it, no.
I don't really want to destroy plants, but if you allow me an action, I'll go here and try to spend an action to cut through a
Make
path.
a nature check before you do.
Okay. Nature. Where? There. Yeah. They all look the same to me, just like the
Yeah.
men.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Wow. All right. You can make an
Wow.
attack roll if you'd like.
Yeah, in times of need, the plant must go. I shouldn't have too much
Execute
problem because
orders.
I've been clearing the forest while we were having downtime.
Make an attack roll.
Attack? Okay. Uh, can I change to my battle axe or nah?
If you drop your hammer, yes.
I yeah, I'll drop my warhammer.
Uh,
Nice.
Okay, with 24, you cleave off majority of these brushes, these vine-like structures that are sort of occluding your way. You imagine if you do this one more time, you'd have enough space to actually go through it. You can imagine like they're threads from the top and bottom, making it very difficult to go through, like a shirt being stretched out, and you're able to cut open a piece of it that you could see clearly on the other side, although the hole itself isn't big enough for it to really fit one person who's medium or larger. If you do this one more time, it looks like you can. However, as you do cut through the vines with your axe, it suddenly starts moving, almost like it's writhing in a weird different structure. And these 10 vines sort of prop themselves up like snakes in front of you and go towards your face. It looks like they're almost like Venus flytraps, and they
Yikes.
go straight towards your face.
Wow.
Oh
And
no.
as it goes towards your face, there's this smoke that comes off. Make a Constitution check.
What? Smoke?
Yeah,
Is
like
it?
powder, like
Yeah.
spit.
Okay. Con check, right? Where are
Yep.
you? Eh. Oh, save or check?
Con save. Sorry,
Sorry, do you want me to reroll or just plus one more?
just plus it. Just plus it.
Alright, so it's a 17.
Okay. Then you suffer uh, only 5 points of poison damage, and you're not poisoned. But as you move away,
Oh,
reeling yourself away from this powder-like structure, and the vines sort of reform themselves again, still leaving the hole where it was. So you could try again if you'd like,
uh,
but that's it for this turn.
yeah, I'm like, what the hell are these plants? What did he plant? Okay, that's all my
Okay.
turn.
All right, Frigis, what do you do? Oh, I removed the initiative, but no problem. I can add you back in. All right, Frigis, what do you do?
I move back. I turn back and Lisbeth, what are you doing? Are you getting eaten by plants?
Trying to make a path. Monticello might be over there, upstairs.
A path. Ragnarok, Lisbeth wants to make a path to Monticello. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. uh, what do you see? I don't do much this turn. What do you see down the hall? And I end my turn.
All right. With that, it is Ragnarok's turn. What do you do?
There might be more people in need on the way. And then when I use first 15 feet of movement and open the doors, what happens?
Okay. So you're gonna open that door.
Yes. I went up and looked the initiative. We have
Okay. All right. Thank you.
for it.
What is it again? For Frigis, 21. Elizabeth is 11, and Ragnarok is 13. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. As you open the door, you see. It's a pretty good view, or angle at least. This table strapped off into the middle of the room, all broken, as this huge creature stands atop it. And it is massive. It's a total of about 16 feet tall, and it's super duper fat. It has this hair that sort of surrounds its face, almost like a lion's mane. And instead of hands, it looks like it has two grappling hooks, like lodged onto its flesh, and blood is sort of gushing down on the floor everywhere. As the door opens, it looks towards Ragnarok. And we are now in initiative.
Is that from Diablo or something?
I don't know. I'll tell you later.
In
Reminds
Infernal, I will say go back from where you came from. And I still have 20 feet of movement. That's 1, 2.
Oh,
But I put myself in darkness. I got reach.
Hold on, let me. The challenge of manual fog of war.
yeah. I struggle with that too because I don't subscribe to Roll20.
Yeah,
Right.
there's
So I
the
don't get.
and Foundry has it too, but I don't wanna spend any more
Yeah.
than I already have.
And the best defense is offense. So I have enough movement to come here.
Mhm.
Or 20 feet diagonally after the 15 feet to get to the door. And I'm a swing.
All right.
Please crit. It's not a crit. 17 to hit.
It hits.
Hey, I hit you 5 weed. Is he affected by cold damage?
You used cold. It's affecting him.
I'm still on the. I did not let go of the sword.
Yeah, he's affected by the cold.
Is the radiant double or normal this time?
The radiant is still double.
Yeah, so
Oh.
32 plus 5, 37.
All right.
The first hit, and he seems like enough of a boss for me. I will brand him as the cold damage.
All right. What does Brand of Castigation do again?
I always know its direction, as long as it's on the same plane.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever it does damage to me or someone within 5 feet of me, it takes psychic damage.
Okay.
If it wants to dispel itself, if it wants to dispel it, it counts as a level 5 spell.
Okay. All right. So it just basically makes you the main target.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
mostly it doesn't do anything as I apply it. It's a tracking and damaging
okay.
device.
I should read that again. I already forgot. But yeah, what else do you do?
Attack again to hand it still. 28 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right. 30 radiant and running good on the cold damage. 6 cold, so 36.
All right. You came forward. You started slashing through, and it dealt so much damage that you see parts of its body, despite your sword being incorporeal, really slicing through its fat belly. That its intestines really fall out in front of you, and there's just blood gushing everywhere on your face and on your cloak. And you shouted out towards it just before you started rushing in, and then it looks down towards you. It doesn't look like it feels pain, although it was damaged. It just sort of mumbles, and an image of a grin just appears on his face, and he goes, "Ah, fresh meat." And
It's
that's
the
it. Do you do anything else?
butcher. The butcher.
Nah. Uh, yeah, I will pay the price of my greed and use my last healing potion on this.
Oh, it's your last one. Then.
Yeah, I used all 4.
I
That's
have
what I get.
I have a level 4 and a level 5 spell slot left.
It's
Also.
fine. Don't
Oh
worry.
man.
You're just gonna roll that once and I will get hit. That's my turn.
All right, Elizabeth, what about you? What do you do?
I probably hear. Do I hear?
I shouted something in Infernal and rushed in.
Yeah. It's like, what?
You definitely hear it, even with the
Yeah.
regurgitation of its voice from down the hall. And you
Yeah.
hear this infernal sounding, wrong sounding syllables like
It's like,
takukwitaka.
ah, shit. Here we go again. I pick up
I see.
yeah, I use a whole action of what I need to get my Warhammer back in like like kept back. And
You
I
still have your axe?
yeah, my battle axe is still out. I'm gonna pick up and keep my
That's just a
axe.
free action. Yeah.
Oh, I would think it's
To pick
okay.
it up is just a free action.
And to keep it?
Oh
Okay.
well. Oh, you're gonna put it in your pack?
Yeah.
Then no, that's a full action.
Yeah. So then at the same time I tell this man to retreat to the back because we have killed the monsters over there and don't come out until it's safe or so try to escape from wherever you can. I tell him to go towards the door and run off. And then
Okay.
I'll use my movement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and yell um Ragnarok, don't die!
Crying and I shattered the bottle I had in my hand
All
as
right.
I finished drinking.
And you end your turn?
Yes, I do.
All right, the guy moves back here and pretty much closes the door. Closes the door in front of him and just hides there. And it is now Fridges' turn. What do you do?
Okay. I need more speed. Blade Song. And then, so I have 50 feet of movement. Is it 50?
Lisbeth, to
Yeah,
go
it
through
is.
Lisbeth is 10 feet, don't forget.
To go through. Okay. Oh. Okay. 5, 10. So it's 20 and
20.
25.
Yeah, 25 to get to the next square.
Okay, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and I don't see Ragnarok with this angle, right?
You don't. You could see the shadows sort of traipsing around on the floor, but not Ragnarok.
Okay, and I'll yeah. What should I do? I'll do this then. Mirror image.
Mirror image.
Yeah, mirror
Uh-huh.
image. and
Not dying good.
uh, I s- I spouts the cold, icy clouds from my mouth, and then it forms into 3 different me, and then I end my turn.
Man, I know a lot of people can't relate, but I love this spell. This is like one of the
Yeah,
first original classic D&D spells.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
it's such a cool spell. My
Yeah.
my
It's good.
players love it, and every time he casts it, he never gets into combat because everything dies first.
Are you hasted? No.
No, I'm not. I
Okay.
just
Yeah.
blade song.
All right.
What spell did you cast?
Mirror
Mirror
image.
image.
Oh, mirror image.
There's a total of 3, right?
It is a total of 3. Yes.
All right. All right. I'm gonna put 3 markers on. Okay. And you end your turn.
Yeah, I end my turn.
All right. As he does, the creature moves 1 spot down so he can see Ragnarok clearly, and it uses both of its hands to sort of like try to latch onto your side. And let's see if that hits.
Oh boy.
That hits.
Oh no.
Takes
Oh
4
no.
psychic damage.
All right. Yeah, that's 12 points of damage to you.
Yeah.
And
Any piercing? It's slashing.
this is slashing.
Not damage.
And
Nice.
as his blade sort of latches onto your side, you can feel the side where it's embedded in get colder and colder, and you almost see your blood seeping back up its blade and sort of forming itself around its arms until it reaches its belly. And the intestines move back into its body and seals the wound closed. It's healing as it hits you.
Oh
I'm easy to
fuck.
hit.
And since you
Oh
are latched on,
fuck.
as you're latched on, it starts to devour you with its gigantic face. Make a this one since you are held onto. This one would either be an athletics or acrobatics roll, straight, no disadvantage because you're not restrained.
Athletics. Or the 3. 13.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
So
Okay.
distracted by the fatness.
Pretty much. Okay.
Just moving inwards like worms. Very distracting.
It hurts you for 27 points of damage.
It
Yikes.
takes 4.
Oh.
And it takes 4, that's correct.
And I mean his maw. Limp. The sword falls from my hand and it loses the cold property too.
Shit.
All right.
Ah.
You hear the sound. Fridges can hear the sound from the hallway. The sound of like, and as if like spaghetti being slurped up. And make your first death save.
Oh no.
17.
All right, you're fine. Elizabeth, what do?
Cry.
Cry.
I was gonna use both my spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50, 11, 12. Damn it! I'm going to bonus action um heal him.
Oh.
All right.
Hang on, wait. Cause there's no way she's going to skip a turn and cast like what do you call that? Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
She is going to bonus action healing word you at level 5.
Wow.
Wow.
Eh,
Whatever
eh,
that spirit
so
giant.
sad. But
Yeah, you
okay.
rolled
That's you
Spirit
click Spirit
Guardian.
Guardian.
Spirit Guardian.
Ah, shit.
She killed me.
That's the wrong one. There it is. My bad. Oh, it's one
Hey,
more.
that's a lot.
Yay.
Oh.
It's
That's a
one
lot.
more.
Works.
Alright. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's my dash and also bonus action.
You end your turn now
Yeah.
officially. All right, Bridges, what do?
Oh, let me use my
Is Ragnarok still intertwined with the butcher's chains?
Yeah, it's so you can imagine like the blade is onto his side, and the creature is embedded down onto Ragnarok's shoulder, like
Right.
propping it up and then biting his like
Now
side
you're
of his.
reaching kebab, like
Yeah.
mid bite.
Ah, man. Now you make me want to have some kebab.
No, I
Yeah.
want kebab.
On my way back home, I passed to
Oh
kebab.
man,
Oh,
I always look at them
man.
like,
man.
15, 20, 25, 30, and then I say, "Hey, you fat fuck! Your opponent is right here!" And then
bold of you
I
to
touch
assume.
I touch Ragnarok, and then I disappear in a loud thunderous crack, and as I cast
Nice.
Thunderstep.
Nice. All right, that is what say.
Bam! That's its Constitution saving throw.
It fails for sure. With a roll
Nice.
like that, definitely.
Hey, that is a 16. Yeah, con save 16 though.
It failed for sure.
Yeah, bruh, 12
oh,
thunder damage.
that hurts.
Bruh.
Does it hurt Ragnarok too?
No, I don't think so. No,
Only
I
when
don't
you
think
disappear,
so.
right?
Yeah, only when I disappear.
I'm taken
Yeah,
with
that's what I.
And I
I don't
can.
resist.
Like if it was an anime,
You,
Ragnarok's hand is
yeah,
sort of extending outwards.
you can bring along any object as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry.
Alright, so you brought
One
Ragnar.
healing creature. Yeah,
He's
I
alive
brought Ragnarok
anyway.
90 feet away.
I healed
Alright.
him.
Yeah, I
You
will teleport him. Uh, I'll teleport him to behind me. This corner of the room.
okay? Okay.
uh, yeah, yeah, that works. That works too. Okay,
You end your
that's
turn?
yeah, and I
Alright.
You're in
Alright.
invite
pose.
death.
It hops off the table, takes 2 steps, and then looks at you, and it says, "Get over here." Its hand extends out into this chain and cleaver
Now,
and
now,
goes straight towards you.
Oh,
yeah.
oh fuck!
Now he's Scorpion.
Get over here!
Yeah, it's the Overwatch
Yeah.
character.
Next he's gonna say, "You will
Oh wait,
die."
See?
yeah, it does look like Roadhog.
Who's
What's your
AC?
AC?
It's I think it's nine.
Bridges.
I think it's 19. Yeah, 19.
Oh boy.
What?
You you are
Mirror
hit for
images.
12 points of damage. Oh right, mirror
Wait,
image
wait.
we can roll.
Oh yeah, yeah, mirror
Let's go,
image.
let's go.
Yeah,
Just don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
hit.
Just that nice. One major image down.
Alright. And with that, one disperses.
Mm-hmm.
It has no one next to it. So and then it tries for the other one in its other hand. Let's see if I can get lucky again. The second one misses entirely. You can see as the chains sort of fling through, the first one misses because it hits your image and slams itself onto the wall. You feel the floor vibrate as the cleaver hits itself on the back, and you see this gigantic crack. On the second one, it sort of hits the floor, causes these sparks to go off into the room, and then it pulls its arms back in, and there's you can see there's like mechanical cogs here, similar to the ones that you saw in the tower, and it goes it pulls back the cleavers back into its hand, and it just goes. It's now Ragnarok's turn. Don't forget.
That's all you got.
I don't have my sword. I don't.
Yeah, it's right here.
Ah,
Yep.
no.
I will.
Oh fuck.
It's okay. He's alive. He'll figure something out.
Will take the dodge action, like clutching the part of the upper body where he bit me for a lot, and start moving along the wall, like the right shoulder on the wall to support me towards my sword. One,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and I end up just on the side that flees left with dodge action.
Okay.
That's it.
And that would mean it is now Elizabeth's turn.
Yeah. And I go up to him and I say, pick on someone your own size, although I'm still small. And I will cast Spirit Guardian with, of
Oh wow.
course, my two friends being people that I will not hit. Yeah. So he makes, how do I send it to game log? There we go. So I'm going to, yeah, he makes a wisdom save.
Oh okay. Hold on.
And he will take radiant damage. It's 4d8 at level 4.
Okay.
Nice.
What kind of? Oh, I removed him from the tracker.
So if he saves, it's half. If he doesn't,
That's-
he takes 13.
Sorry, did he take his turn after Ragnarok? Yeah,
Yeah,
before, right?
Before.
before.
You already took it.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
his
So
original is 16, but oh well.
I can put it down just in case.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Wisdom save, correct?
Yep,
And your save is.
15.
All right. He fails.
Okay, so that's 13 radiant damage.
96 if he's done.
And I cannot use my bonus action to attack because that is not an attack.
How much damage on guardians again?
13.
Okay.
That's radiant.
Yeah,
Radiant, so 26.
nah. Right. Yep, that is all.
All right.
No more spell slots, guys.
Now it's Frigis's turn.
So just don't lose concentration. Just 10 minutes.
I will try.
Is it Spirit Guardian a concentration?
Yep.
Wait.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's the spiritual weapon, it's not.
Yeah. Ragnarok, I'll cover you. Uh, Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Ray of Frost, I guess?
Question mark?
I guess. 20 to hit,
Definitely hits.
and 3
All right.
cold damage, and it lost 10 movement speed.
All right. Actually, it's resistant to cold. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Bruh. And then
What else do you do?
I move closer. No, yeah, that's 20.
All right.
17 to hit.
It's
Yeah, baby. How long does the lightning damage last? Anyway,
still there.
okay.
You have 2 more rounds for it.
Oh, 2 more rounds. Then better make use of it than 4
It-
lightning
it-
damage.
No, sorry. You have 3 more rounds on it.
Okay. 11 and 4, 11 piercing and 4 lightning, and that's my turn.
All right. It looks like it doesn't like that. A lot of its organs sort of fall down. You hit part of its armpit that it barely hangs onto the creature's shoulder, and it doesn't look good in general. And
Needs
out
to
of
make
here,
he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. His stats and turn in the Spirit Guardians.
nice, good call.
What a great spell.
Yeah.
Oh, it saves.
So take half of 48.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, are you
Them.
here?
I think she got something. We'll wait for her. I think we can take this opportunity to just grab a quick glass of water because I'm thirsty.
Sorry, I
me
think
too.
my
She's here, so
yeah. I mean, we can
sorry.
if you want, because I think my what connection dropped a bit. My Bluetooth.
I think it's okay. We can continue it, and then we'll just do it after if you
Roll
guys
roll
survive.
the 48 to die because it's weak to it, and then we can go.
all right. Yeah. Another wisdom's. Wait, hang on. Let me close
It already
this.
saved.
saved?
It failed. Ah, it saved. Sorry.
It's saved.
It's safe, so
Yep.
Where
yeah, so
are you?
Still have
roll
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, still do
Still
damage.
full damage.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Still full damage.
Could
Oh
have
yeah,
been
because
double. 15.
it's
All
not
right.
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad for
Oh.
48. Could have been
All right.
4.
15.
uh,
So 15 normal because halved. Well, it would have been 14 really with resistance if we're going by raw.
eh, hang on.
So yeah.
Okay, so let me see. It's actually on its turn, not on my turn. My bad.
It's
Yeah,
his
The
but
turn.
But
the
that's it.
first time it
yeah,
appears and the damage
Yeah.
when he starts, yeah.
Yeah.
so it's still its turn.
Okay.
All right. So with that, it looks like it's what do your spirit guardians look like?
I would say because like she got that Fey touch thingy, it starts to look
Mhm.
like Fey fairies, but they're still radiant.
Okay, how big is the radius again?
15 feet. So they're just like they look like fairies, but they are like essence of light just fleeting around her.
Hmm.
I realize this
She
isn't
ate the
going to be very
That's
accurate, but we'll just use
huge.
that as a marker.
Yeah.
she ate the devil fruit.
Suddenly she's evil and it's necrotic.
All right. With that, the creature still survives. These fake creatures pick onto it. It looks like it's about to go down. It's down onto one knee. Its left leg had completely given up, so it's now onto the floor, onto its side, and it just tries to swing at you with its cleaver.
Okay,
Your AC
Oh, it has
is
19.
miss on the first attack, and it tries to do it again. This time it hits for a total of 14 points of damage.
Ew. Okay, I'll make a con save.
And it starts speaking in Infernal,
12.
which of course only Ragnarok can understand. Oh no, you don't need to make a con save.
No? Okay.
Just for
Oh, for
concentration.
concentration.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you keep it.
Thank
No,
God.
you don't.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, it's 10 or half of the damage, whichever is.
You're right.
Yeah.
So dumb. I'm confused
That's
today.
okay.
You only need to roll above a 10 once you're past 22
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, that's right. Uh, as it does, it swings towards you. The cleaver latches onto the left side of your plate, cracking a bit of it, and the blood seeps through, and it sort of repairs its arm and its leg. It stands up again. And it screams in this infernal language, to which, of course, only Ragnar can understand, saying, "You will all burn in flame." And it ends its turn. Ragnar.
Not my turn to say. You lot always say the same thing. and go to pick up my sword. So 1, 2, 3. Can I pick it from here, or do I need to move another 5?
You need to move one up.
Yeah, so why not pick it up 20 feet? I have 15 left. So is it like 5 to go in and then 10 I can get here on the table?
Yeah.
If I use
Well,
5.
going on the table can either use half of your movement, or you can make an athletics check or acrobatics check.
I'll try an
This one's
athletics.
relatively nice. 10 or lower. 10 or higher.
I have an athletics bonus of 10.
Right, Natural ones, maybe.
22.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fine.
Nice.
You
Just
jump up
pick
easy.
up the sword, and from being like squatted, I just jump onto it. Keep
Nice.
the
All right.
run the remaining 10 feet.
Okay.
Go two-handed
Mm-hmm.
and just swing 30 to hit.
Hits, of course.
13 to 26 radiant.
How do you do it?
Boring. Imaginative. And just one swing. Since I'm on the table, we chop his head off.
All right.
And ugly as his head tumbles.
Okay. 1 second.
Nice.
Explodes. Everybody makes a big save.
No. I've done that way too many times.
I know.
Okay.
All right.
Except it's not a deck save. It explodes and everyone may need to make a con save.
It's so
Or
much
even
harder
worse,
because
intelligence
Everybody
save.
makes charisma save. Now everybody's bad at those.
That's because I lost my notes, so I'm trying to see what it is I put down here.
The butcher.
If you want to look at them, we can take the break now, so you have time.
That's I think it's here. Let me see if I could just put it in, because D&D Beyond is a horrible service. That's right, I said it. If you're listening to me, D&D Beyond, fix your game. Spent so much money on this, honestly.
Maybe soon.
Hopefully,
Wizards
yeah.
of the Coast. Soon.
Hopefully, please, please. All right, there we go. I
Hashtag
got it to work.
Hashtag copium.
All right. As you cut off the creature's head, its body engulfs itself into flames. Nothing is left behind except the big, gigantic cleavers onto the floor.
It's a magic item.
There's this gigantic orange aura that sort of blinds you for a second, and then you begin to hear the sound of.
Gosh.
And from the flames, you see these very small creatures.
Maggots?
They look like they are.
Oh.
On the floor.
Ew.
I will stay on the table and with my extra attack, just get on one end. Like, oh.
Is it their turn? Do they make wisdom saves? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, just
Ew.
poke the closest one, like
Go ahead.
not 20. Ew.
All right.
Wow. Ew.
Just
it
rips and fan and gone.
explodes in you.
I'm gonna reroll because I got 2 twos. Yeah, 22 radiant damage.
All right. Actually, as all of them start in Lisbeth's aura, and they have very small HP, they all instantly die anyway.
Take that!
All
I'm
right.
so glad I got one more use out of this.
Little fairies with shield just bash them.
Yeah, they start doing like pesticide work.
The
Start
fairy
sweeping
gets a
down.
newspaper.
Pretty much. And they all die. With that, what does the party do?
Oh boy. Ragnarok potion.
What?
Oh,
What? Oh,
But it's still
I
potion.
Lisbeth.
throw.
We'll still try to
Oh,
continue the initiative order even outside
okay,
of combat. So, Elizabeth, what do you do?
okay.
I would still like to keep up my fleeting fairies for the next
Mhm.
10 minutes because it's only been a few
Sure,
seconds.
sure.
As I tell. Okay, fine. I will check right now to see if he's okay. Not that I can heal him or anything. Yeah, I go up to him and it's like, are you missing anything? You have all your limbs, right? Your finger is not gone?
I'm missing potions.
Ah, I'm
I'm
sorry,
fine.
I don't have
I'm
potions to
joking.
give you.
I still have some. One. But
I hope that's the last of it, but still don't see Monticello.
should you should say check outside maybe to see if the whole city is attacked. If not, go back up the other way.
Hey, I have a potion of greater healing.
Keep it.
I
For now.
mean, uh,
I
you
have more
hold on
small
to
ones.
it.
Uh, Sure.
Yes, you've already gone down once. You should hold on to it. So I will give the potion of greater healing to him. How do I remove this? Yeah,
Should inventory D&D
delete. Yep.
Beyond.
Yeah, I've deleted it. And is the door in front of us the door to the outside, or does it go?
The one that's leading south. This is,
Yeah,
of course, south. That leads outside to the courtyard with a mermaid statuette thing.
a dolphin statue.
Uh,
Uh,
don't my English today. Yeah,
it's
dolphins,
okay.
not mermaids.
Yeah. Also, yeah, you're right. Um, I'll go to the door then and open it. Damn it, how do I? There we go. Yeah, I'll just use my whole action to, I guess, dash to the door.
Mhm.
Yep. And do I get to open it?
Yeah. As you open it, it reveals you onto the courtyard on a relatively silent night.
Looks
Well,
like all the commotion is in the house. We really should go try and find Monticello. I don't really care about him, but I think we should see if he's doing okay. Yep. So that's my turn.
All right. Okay. And with that, Liz Bridges.
It hasn't been 1 minute yet, right?
Not yet. Not yet. It's
Okay,
about to be
it's about to be all right.
since the start of the
5,
encounter.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and open the door.
You open the door. Relatively simple pathway.
Okay.
That's 30, and Blade Song is also 1 minute. We'll move 20 more, 15, 20, and then I'll I'll shout to the two. I'll move on ahead, and
please
I'll
do.
dash.
It's time.
I'll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Open the door. 35, 40, 45, and I think this is 50. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. And with that, Ragnar.
Start with a bonus section. Drink the potion that was given to me in my hand. Still, but it's still in my hand.
Mhm.
Okay, rolls. 15. And with my action, I'm just gonna grab onto the two basic potion of healing in my backpack.
Mhm.
and instead put them on my belt.
Okay.
Not use them yet.
Sure.
And now go back to the front line, but this time leaving Fergus in front. So
All right.
5, 10, 15 jump, 20, 25, 30, 35. Just
Okay. With that, Elizabeth, what do you do? Are you there, Elizabeth? Oh, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
Sorry. So I closed the door, and since
Mm-hmm.
everyone's going that way, which I wanted to go anyway, I will run 1, 2. Oh no, not you.
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Okay. With that, again, Frigis.
I move to the door and I lean against the door to see if I can hear anything.
Make a perception check.
24.
Absolutely dead silent.
Oh my god. Such a high roll and nothing.
Hey, I would love to know if there really was nothing.
Yeah! Open the door.
All right. You get to see a bit more of the map.
Maybe they rolled 25 on stealth.
they're in an area of a silent spell, and 12 of them
Okay.
holding actions.
I will cast Dancing Lights.
Dancing
I
lights.
cast
All right.
Dancing Lights and it can form a small humanoid figure made out of these 4 globals of light. So I'll make it at the top of the staircase.
All right. Let's see if I have something for that.
I quite like this isometric maps.
Yeah.
I know, right?
So is it better than the standard flat ones?
Yes.
You guys
I
think?
think it.
I mean,
I think
given
it
that we
gives
have
more.
stairs, yeah.
I don't
I
think it
think it
makes
gives
sense.
more.
We're not in a building, but it looks way cool.
All right.
I think it gives. Yeah, I think it gives the map more life to it.
Yeah. I like drawing it much better than flat ones too.
Why is there fire?
It's
That's the
dancing
dancing
light.
lights. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
It is literally dancing if you think about it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
So
turn.
okay, you don't get to see more because it doesn't change your line of sight. But then next is Ragnarok. What do?
No one potions on my belt. I'm just gonna give one to Elizabeth. There, you take that one.
What? I gave you the potion and you give it back?
No, it's another one. You give me
Okay.
It's giving you a different one.
you
Oh,
gave me a
okay.
greater one, I'm you giving you a normal because I drank the great.
Okay.
Equivalent exchange.
Yes, and then I will dash
It's not.
up to here for 70 feet of my 70 feet of movement.
Okay.
All you speedy children.
Yes,
You do anything else?
that's
All right. With that, Elizabeth, it's your turn. What do you do?
Dash, dash. 3, 6, and 3, and 5, 6. Staying away from the damn plants.
All right. And with that, Frigis, what do?
Um, I want to move stealthily. I wanted to move stealthily while I send I sent the dancing lights walking in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
practically
You
as
can.
a yeah.
I think you can control this one. I believe. I'll give you control
Yeah, I
to it.
can. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And
Yeah.
I'll move first. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'll move. I This is how much have I moved? 25,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Well,
30.
30 feet. Yeah.
No, it's 30 40, and I take a peek.
Okay. Yeah. From here, you could definitely see a little bit going upwards.
Okay. Oh, it's these kind of stairs. Uh Dancing lights go. And
Oh, I forgot to draw a wall here, so let me do that really quickly. I mean, a line.
a line. Oh, the
Yeah.
staircase line.
Yeah. So it's not as confusing on isometric. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I walk around and see what's upstairs.
You can see up to here from where you are.
Okay. Dancing lights go. And yeah, that's my turn.
All right. And with that, it is now Ragnarok's turn. What to do?
How much movement do you use to get where you are? Or
I
40?
use 40, maybe 45. I still have my blade song.
This is 45. He's 45 away from you.
Okay, so I'm gonna use 50 to get here. All right, that's how it works. But she was 5 feet ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Plate in front of me with for the lightning, the light. And,
Still pretty nothing.
yeah, no bonus actions.
All right. Do you do anything else?
No. Just that shit.
All right. And with that, Elizabeth, what to do?
Rush. 3, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys are running so fast.
It's different in training, I suppose. Even though you're stronger.
Yeah.
He's an
I
heavy plate.
Yeah.
I yelled to Ragnarok, do you see anything already?
No.
Okay, that's
Everyone
all.
make a perception check as you scream that.
Okay.
Hey, 18 plus nothing.
21.
14.
Okay. Both Ragnarok and Elizabeth hear a faint. You
Boop.
heard that because
A poop? It's like boop?
like a a gasp of air.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Help's
I
coming.
love this, but I wish I could use my sound effects for it. There you go.
Okay. Alright. Elizabeth wants to move, really. Yep. That's her turn.
Okay. And now back to fridges.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right. With that, this is what you see. You see a
Is
man
that
standing. You see a man standing by the doorway, and he's short. He's a dwarf. He's got very nice clothing, but you could tell from his clothes that he is a worker of this house, similar to the man you met originally who was bleeding on the floor
Oh.
that you saved. And he looks like he's dressing something similar. He looks frantic. His hair is all disheveled. There's a door behind him, and he looks like he's all out of sorts. Like he's very anxious, very nervous, and he's just, please, you must come and help me. Lord Monticello's just behind this door, and these creatures have come and tried to kill him. I had to run, but maybe you can save him.
Yeah, I heard that just now. The sounds, yeah, very surreal. Can you should go hide, maybe outside, or we can check it out.
No, I'd
Because
love to know if he's all right. The door behind me is jammed. Perhaps he was strong enough to move it.
the door's jammed. Oh
Yes,
boy.
Oh boy!
I think
Oh
a cabinet
boy.
fell behind it.
Only if I had my big beast hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. I can't do much, so I'll end my turn. And
Ragnar,
I yell downstairs that we need some muscle.
Ragnar, what do?
I get my shiny dimension crowbar out of my belt. It's like
Oh yeah.
dangling on the side. Yeah, I put it on the belt because it's too good.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as I finish
Athletics.
the movement,
Mm-hmm.
basically I finish by slamming against it. That way it leaves an opening where I can put the crowbar,
Okay.
and then I
As
start
you
pushing.
Oh.
as you slam against it and you start pushing, you feel as if there's not much weight on the other side of the door.
Mhm.
Frigis, you see the dwarf man unsheath a dagger behind him and point it towards Ragnarok's back. Ragnar, you roll disadvantage on initiative. Everyone else rolls normal.
So we're re-rolling initiative.
Wait.
Yes.
Could you repeat that? I was lagging throughout the when you speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Ragnar comes in, tries to open the door, you see this dwarven man pull out a dagger and try to stab Ragnar. So roll for initiative. This is a reset.
Ragnarok behind you.
Go ahead, roll for yours again.
Oh, it's almost a 20.
Uh, yeah, it's always like that.
Oh.
All right. It looks like
What is
he
his
actually does go
initiative?
first.
Ah, damn
He
it.
got to do it with advantage because he was ready while you guys were not. All right. He pulls out his dagger and tries to stab Ragnar. Ragnar, as you pull out the crowbar, you see from the corner of your eye that he was there, and as he pushes through, you use your crowbar to sort of deflect the blade, but he does it one more time with the other. So first it was a dagger. The second one is a short alehouse dagger, which isn't really a dagger. It's pretty much like a short sword, and it goes wide. But you were able to see this in advance that you were able to deflect the sword, and it flies away and lodges itself onto the wall
Nice.
as he rolls a natural one. And with
Nice.
that,
Karma!
Oh.
and and with that, Bridges, what do?
You question does my is my mirror image and blade song gone?
It has been. You cast it around round 4. It's been 1 minute.
Okay, so
It's round
they're
14
both
now.
gone. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're both gone.
As the fight starts, you just
Yeah.
dissipate into smoke.
Oh, now?
It's like you panic because you saw the dagger out of nowhere and you lost
Damn.
concentration of everything.
Now? God damn it! Ah, you bitch! I'll end you.
I
Nice,
will
I'll
cut
end
you.
you. And is lightning still with the blade or is it gone? It's probably gone, right?
It also lasts a minute. So yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, thank you for the experiment. Now I know.
What?
I did not know because I never tested it before, but now that you used
Oh,
it
and
as
then-
a guinea pig, now I know. I can write it
all
down.
right,
All
right.
right.
It's lucky that it doesn't explode. 15 to hit.
It's friendship and it's called
It's
helping out.
hits.
Yeah, nice. Ain't so nimble, huh, you shorty?
Hey, that's racist, and you're an elf to boot.
All right. All right. And with that, it is Lisbeth's turn.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I do not know him, I've never seen him, therefore he's not protected from my flying fairies.
Oh yeah, it lasts 10 minutes.
Yes, even if there was a friendly, I would have to stay away from them, or they will get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you link the spell so I can read it one more time?
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me put it up.
I had this argument with Robin as well regarding Moonbeam with a similar ruling, and I want to check through it.
Yeah, Spirit Guardian, send to game log. Because I
Yeah, Moonbeam is.
choose the people who are not affected by it. Yeah. Designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it.
Yeah, it's true. It's once when he enters and once when he starts his turn. So actually now he has to make a wisdom save.
Yep.
And
Can
he'll
be
start
the goodest cleric around. If you cast your spell and then like the bad guy teleports you into a ground, you kill everyone.
Oh.
Instantly.
I mean, I just. Oh god. Don't
he
do that.
fails the save.
Okay, wait, sorry, wrong one. This.
Like your sister, you didn't see that you were
16.
protecting. You didn't designate as a friendly.
Yeah.
And suddenly the
Because
fairies come down and kill her.
yeah.
Oh
you
no.
like you go in front of someone to protect them, but then you look ahead, so they just die.
Oh no. Yeah, 16.
Alright.
It's alright, I'm here. Ah!
Ragnarok, what
Not
do?
like this.
A soul
Why?
for a
And
soul.
I yeah, I put my uh, crowbar under
Okay.
my right armpit.
Mhm.
Just do a minimum swing for the minimum man
Okay.
to
Alright.
like bonk him on the head.
Bonk.
Wait, does that mean
Ball
you're
of
doing
light.
lethal or non-lethal? Is that the
Yes, lethal.
okay?
Yeah, 20
All right. So for
Ball
future
of.
reference, if you want it to be non-lethal, you have to
Yeah,
announce it in
yeah,
advance.
I
Okay.
will say it.
Yeah.
It just for
Uh,
the since I have low range of motion,
yeah. Gotcha.
so the crowbar doesn't drop. 11 radiant,
It's normal.
and second hit not 20.
Wow.
Armor spikes damage 26 radiant.
How do you do
I'm really attached to my new crowbar. If anything happens to it, I will kill everyone.
Oh no.
it? He falls down dead. As he falls down dead, his vest sort of flies open, and you see what looks like a small. I can't explain it. It's pretty close to this wireless charger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this, except imagine there's two of it, and it opens up like a jewelry box almost.
Oh, okay. It's like a compact.
Made of. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't use makeup, so
It's
it's
okay.
like a compact, and it looks like it's very jagged. It's almost pentagonical in shape, and it just sort of rolls out onto the floor next to him, and it's black, black like obsidian. What do you guys do? It's Elizabeth's turn still. Oh, sorry, no, Ragnarok's turn.
Okay.
And you just have movement on your section, so I'm gonna I'm just gonna get my sword on reverse grip since it seems to be hostile, and then get the crowbar back into my main hand
Mhm.
from my armpit, and that's it. I think.
All right.
Since I rushed into the door, it was actually blood-based. I can't open it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Just ready.
Okay. Let me check this real. Okay. So you just try to open the door. Is that right?
No, I can't. I use my action.
Ah.
Just
Okay. All right.
I just undo
Un- the okay. Sure.
from
Then
two-handed on the sword to back to one hand, and then get my crowbar out of
okay.
under my armpit. That's it.
Okay. Now it's Fridge's turn. Then what do you do?
Uh, I want to grab the obsidian pentagonal shape object.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And try to inspect it. Open it up. It can be open, right?
It can.
Can it? Yeah. Open it up. See what's inside.
Make an investigation check.
$11.
With an 11, it's hard to tell. It's closed tight. It's dead cold. You try to open it up. It looks like it opens up because it has like a space in the middle, so it opens up like a drawer, but it just doesn't.
Huh. I'll come back for you. I I place it on the dwarf's corpse and
All right.
I wait until Ragnarok opens the door.
All right. Elizabeth, what do you do? You're muted still.
Sorry. I will go towards the door and
Mm.
I look back at this dead man. Well, I'm pretty sure when I came up, I already hear the fighting anyway. So it's just trying to recognize, like, I guess now that I get to look at him, I recognize his clothes to be the same as the guy that I saved down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked, like, he attacked you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he attacked Ragnarok. It was terrible.
Well, he has the same clothes as the guy that we saved down there. Well, damn, never mind. Um, I'm gonna open the door.
All right.
And yeah, I'm going to open the door as a free action and take. Why is the guy
Oh, I
moving? Why
deleted.
is Fridge is gone?
No, I deleted Fridges by accident. I'm so sorry.
Ragnarok, I don't feel so good.
It's a version where I don't light.
But yeah, I opened the door with a free action.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me add this to the combat tracker. As you open the door with a free action, you definitely see the path opens up more. Pretty hard to tell from here, but this is what you see. Until you actually go through.
Okay, so just now I was from he. Oh no, well, I'll use him anyway. So 1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5. So that's 5 squares. Can I use the remainder of my movement? Can it, do you allow it to be broken by the opening of the door?
Yeah, it's fine.
Right, so 5. Do I see the rest of the hallway?
Now you do. And this is what you see. Well, not that.
Wrong one.
There's a hole in the wall.
That's
Ah,
a staircase.
alright, there's only one way, and that way is up. So I will use my action to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
All right. And for Ragnar?
Just start by taking the little pentagon on top of the dwarf's head
Mm-hmm.
into my backpack. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
For later study and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you take an action with my backpack or not?
Yes. No, it's fine. Item interaction. Oh, well, if you have it in your hand, that's a free item interaction. If you want to put it in your pack, that's an action.
Then I will put it in my bag as an action and just hold the line for now.
All right. And Frigis?
I will 10, 15. I step on the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 10, 15,
Mm-hmm.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
All right.
I asked the others, should I take the lead?
Just do it.
Or okay. Another I'll dash. Another 5. So
Yeah,
that's 10,
Go forth, wizard. Pitch.
15.
20.
15, 20.
20 and 25. I move upstairs.
All right.
My blades at the ready.
Okay.
I was ready to be cast.
All right. As that happens, you see Frigis, Ragnak, and Elizabeth sort of form their way as they enter finally the East Wing. They defeated a couple of individuals, a couple of those creatures with the tridents, met a few individuals as well, and defeated what looked like a strong and worthy opponent that definitely was of infernal nature. As you see Frigis sort of running up the stairs, you begin to hear the sound of something similar to this.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
It's just a faint noise. It goes in and it goes out, similar to how my mic dropped as well. It's just like, ha, ha, ha. And it's hard to tell what it is, but will the party find out? We'll find out next time. Thank you
No.
for playing.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're gonna end the session, give us a long rest. We long rest and the whole world burns. That
Alright,
was
so
a
I'm gonna
good
reveal the
sleep.
whole map anyway.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
this is pretty
I
much
don't
something
have.
that you're already familiar with. You're familiar with the layout of the whole building, and this is pretty much how it looks back in the hallway. So the
This is
East
a.
Wing. Sorry, go ahead.
No. That it's fine. It's fine.
See,
Don't
it's so
worry.
pretty. The map
Just
is so pretty. It's so funky.
yeah. I was going to say that this is a huge house.
Yeah,
It's a huge house. Yeah, you can imagine like 4
Yeah.
stories tall.
so mansion.
Boy.
So
Yes.
we'll consider this. We'll remember that we're gonna round it off to 20 rounds for the whole thing.
Yep.
So it's been 2 minutes since you've cast Spirit Guardian, but you'll still have it when we start
Yeah.
the next session.
I calculated backwards. I casted it at around round 7. So yeah, it has been about
Okay.
9 rounds. 6
Okay.
or 7,
Then
about there. Let's just say 6, so it's 10 rounds.
okay. All right. So then we're gonna count you at round 10, and then you can continue on that next session.
Yep.
I do have a few questions I'd like input on. One, of course, is the isometric map. Is it more confusing? Do you like it? Is it something you'd like to continue on using for the rest of the campaign? How does everyone feel about it?
It,
Bridges?
I
I
like.
kinda like it.
I actually like this. I actually like this. The only main problem are the stairs. Kind of hard to navigate, but
Mm-hmm.
but most of the but I like it most of the time.
Yeah.
Stairs are kind of hard to count the grid.
Yeah, it's true. Especially since it doesn't
Yeah.
snap, but there's no other way to go about it isometric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is. But most of the time, it is really nice to look at. Yeah.
All right.
And
By the
it's
way, which software is this you use to make a map? I might.
Above VTT.
Oh,
You
nice.
mean like the dungeon tile set?
Yeah,
Dungeon
the dungeon
scroll.
tile set.
Dungeon
Dungeon
scroll.
scroll.
I'll type it
Is
down.
it like
It's
a
pretty quick.
okay?
It's really quick. It's not very heavy on features, but it
Yeah,
did have
very,
an isometric option, so that's what I'm using.
yeah, very
So
nice because I think I might need it for castle.
yeah, it takes a
Well,
bit to learn to draw isometric, but I do like it because
for me, it's a
it's
10 out of 10 so far. Even
oh you
the stairs are way easier to count than the
then
other
it
one.
was if it was flat.
Yeah.
I think for me this just gives easier perspective in terms of height and movement for me.
Yeah,
But if it's okay with everyone, I do enjoy using this more than a flat map and much easier to prepare than a flat map because I can imagine what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
And the last question, I tried running this because it's sort of loose in encounter out instead of cutting in and out of initiative a lot when it's a pretty relatively dungeon situation. Are you guys okay with running it via initiative like we did it tonight?
I don't mind. I mean,
yeah.
unless you feel the need to hurry us a bit, because
Not really.
yeah,
If
okay.
everyone's okay with this pacing, it's okay with me because we get to focus on like item management, for example, moving stuff around, and it helps also shy players to
Yeah.
make a decision because it actually feels like a turn instead of
Yeah.
them falling into the background.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
true.
prefer that.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Prefer that.
So
That way, if one person wants to do everything, they will be left behind, like they thought.
yeah. So
Mm.
is everyone okay with this? Like we're only ever going to use this in dungeons, or if you're in a dungeon-esque situation. In town, no initiative order as usual.
Yeah, sure.
So
I'm
all
cool.
right, so all good on
Yeah,
everyone's marks.
yeah,
I'm
all
just
good.
still worried about having no spell slots left.
Oh
We'll
well,
be
That's okay.
fine.
That's
I can't do
true.
anything about that.
Yeah,
We'll be fine.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't cast like spiritual weapon again. It's gonna be falling behind. Like goodbye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I have I still have lots of fourth level spells, even though
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot
Mhm.
of fourth level spells to be cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Upcast
Uh,
everything.
It will
Upcast
be
did you
magic
did you
missile.
fine.
did you prepare polymorph?
I did.
Yeah, easy. That's like 500 HP.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, easy.
Gorilla.
You use it on Ragnarok next time he's at 2 HP.
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
if even if I cast it on myself, Blade Song and then Polymorph, I maybe polymorph into maybe a giant mammoth with high con, and I
Yeah.
can never lose con saves.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, okay. Thank
All
you
right.
everyone. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
the
playing,
game.
guys.
See you
Yeah,
guys
All
thank
next
right.
week
you.
then.
I'm
Bye
not
bye.
sure if I'm free
Oh.
next Tuesday, but I will decide on which day we're gonna be able to run it on.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you for playing. Good job
Alright.
yeah.
surviving. We'll see what happens next session.
Bye
All
bye.
right.
Yeah.
Bye bye. GG
Goodbye.
everyone.